Howdy, and welcome to Don't Let Her In by Flower Studio and Hemlocks. Link in the description if you'd like to play. There's also a download in there. It's available to run on the itch.io page, or you can download a Game Boy file and play it in a Game Boy emulator. That is what I am doing. I am playing this in MGBA, a Game Boy Advance emulator. The reason I'm doing that is I also tested this in my Game Boy Color emulator of choice, BGB. And I also looked at the version on itch.io. And the reason I decided on MGBA is because the colors seem to match the screenshots on the itch.io page a little better, just based on my colors on my screen, which could be all fucked up for all I know. I've had problems with that in the past. But I thought the colors looked nicer. But if you care, I can put screenshots of what they look like here. The BGB, and this, once again, there's color settings in there. Smarter people than I could probably figure this out, but BGB kind of had this weird, it looks brighter. I didn't like it as much. And the one on the website seems like a bit desaturated in my opinion. But this one looked like the screenshots. I kind of liked it where the blue here kind of almost is a bit more purplish, which is why I made the decision that I made. This game is available for free. There's no way I could find to support the creators. So you keep an eye out on them, and maybe, one day we'll be able to support them for making this cool game for us. So let's begin. Don't Let Her In. It's been a few weeks since your father left. You're all alone. The last thing he told you? Don't let her in. Who are you? So just looking at these characters that whomst we could be, dress-wise and as a child, I mean I looked more like this. I was a big shorts kid. Didn't get into hoodies until later, and I'm not a big fan of mixing jacket and short, but definitely had this haircut. But I am a fan of this pink. This pink is very nice. So maybe we'll go with the longer hair kid for this one. Week 4. That is a long time to be all alone as child. I'm not sure how old we are, but I assume we'll figure out. You wonder when Dad will come back. Okay, so it's a good thing I went with this pink, because if we are just represented by a stick figure-esque sprite like this, we're going to be represented more by our color than the body shape clothing that we picked. Although, it's Game Boy, you have to use your imagination. So we are all alone, and we do seem to be a small child. 4 weeks. I'm very curious about how this kid has been making it through. Look at ourselves. Don't look at ourselves. How are we doing? That's us. Sure is us. I mean, that's the character that we picked after all, so why would we expect anything else? I am just very curious about how this kid has made it. Your parents' bedroom. You don't go in there. All right. Okay. I know the rules. Won't go in there. All right. Let's find some food or something. Because, there's a lot of elements of living alone. And, food, it's probably the number. You believe it or not, food, kind of important to continue surviving. What's this? It's a basement. What's in basement? Let's don't eat what's in basement. Let's check kitchen first before we go to basement food, which could, explain how this kid has been able to make it. If, perhaps if Dad was a prepper and there's a bunch of stuff in the basement for emergency, and it's just like, oh well, I've been left alone for 4 weeks and I'm getting through this apocalypse food, Dad. The note your father left. Let's read the note. Don't let her in. Well, I mean, we had heard that before, but, it's good to reiterate. Listen to radio. Yeah, hell yeah, put on the radio. Emergency broadcast loops. Knock, knock. Someone's knocking at the window. What's up? Hi. Sweetheart? Are you okay? Please, let me in. Let her in? Well, we were told not to let her in. We ignored her. Okay, well, close the blinds. We were told not to let her in. Not sure if, we should believe Dad. We don't have much context into this child's life, so hard to know. But, for now, we can not let her in. Everything has gone bad. Oh, well, I was going to say, oh, you're tired. You need sleep. Oh, I was going to go to TV. What happens if I go to TV now? watch TV. I mean, we could fall asleep on the TV. Is that any better or worse than sleeping in our bed? We also need food. Well, were we told that we were hungry? I just assume we're hungry. Nothing but static. You turn it off. It makes sense, you know. Why would we do that? Oh, this is just to stairs. I was like, why is this like this? Oh, can we not interact with stair? I don't seem to be able. Oh, okay. I just need to hit it correctly. It's not an entryway in the same way. Well, we would have liked to get food, but, you know, we'll worry about that next time. We were told we're sleepy, and if, you know, it would have told us we were hungry if the hunger was, oh, well, I guess we just went, you've run out of food. You're starving. Yeah, well, I'm sure that this game isn't designed like a survival kind of deal where we need to, you know, eat and such, but, you know, we see some squiggles. Those are probably important squiggles. But before we do, look out the window. You hear something outside. I guess, you know, she's still wandering around. Now, you would assume there's something probably up with dear old ma'am, assuming that's who that is. You know, not everyone's... oh, the shelves are empty. Okay, there's no food left. So our character has been eating. You know, we didn't have to get into the full survival grind set here. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any point in going into the living room kitchen combo, seeing as, you know, there seems to be nothing but static on the TV, and the emergency broadcast is just going. So someone's probably up with mom. Maybe dad didn't abandon it. Maybe dad tried to go help mom. You know, these are just things that we can, you know, we have no concrete, you know, we're making assumptions, you know, trying to figure out what's going on. Let's go into the bathroom. Let's look at ourselves. Yeah, we are definitely starving. Yep, we're starving. So we were told not to let her in, but does that mean that we can't go out, perhaps? Something pulls at the door. Well, go inside. I mean, what do we have to lose? This is the parents' bedroom. There's a cocoon of some sort. The cocoon is opened, and it looks like it went out, but there's also a broken window and a broken mirror, so who knows? It's warm. Well, I guess whatever it is just hatched then. I mean, we've seen dear old mom. Perhaps dear old mom got back into the home and was able to, you know, cocoon up. Like, she's just been out. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong key. I was like, why can't I get away from this? And it was because I was hitting Z instead of X. Yeah, so perhaps mom had been in the room for the full month of cocoon stasis? Metamorphosis, I think that's the word that you would use in that situation. Yep, there's just static on TV. We know it's bad in there. We can't interact with the window anymore. Every frequency is silent. Well, that's no good. And I'm not exactly sure what we should be doing now, because we know we don't have a food option. And we have inspected everything. And we're starving. There is no interaction point on the door. So I guess all there is to do is to make our way into, go back to bed. That doesn't seem like a good idea if we're starving. But, you know, is that our only, that is not even an option anymore. There's something that we can do. Let's go back to the parents' bedroom, since there is stuff pooling there. I mean, if we stay out, nothing's going to happen, right? Like, we have to make action to make things happen. It said it was warm. Can I inspect it again? Nope. All we notice is it's warm. I'm not exactly sure. Should I stand in front of the window with the blinds not drawn? Blinds open, one might say. Just kind of chill here for a bit. Like, yeah, we hear something outside. If I just stay here, will something appear in the window for us? I don't think anything's going to appear for us. I waited for a bit. We can hear something outside. Not exactly sure what action we should take then. If, you know, waiting in front of these like open windows, we've hit every interaction point. We've made every choice we can. Like, should we just like chill? Like, I don't think chilling is what we're supposed to do. And I think it's just the squiggles, but it's the squiggles and, and, you know, when I talk, you might not believe this. I'm kind of Oh, we're exhausted. Oh, we just had to wait till they get tired. I was gonna say I'm kind of active with it, and I bounce a little bit with just checking it. I'm like, is this screen moving? There's no food left. All we can do is sleep. Okay, so we just had to wander around the house for a bit until we got exhausted to be able to sleep. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, right at the window. What's up, ma'am? Hello. I think I have to hit the interaction button to continue. Honey, you need to eat. Let me in. Well, I mean, at this point, we're probably just going to die in the home if we don't do anything. But, we were given explicit instructions not to let her in. Not that it really matters now. There is a broken window in that room. She probably can get in if she wanted to. But, we'll just go take a week-long siesta and see where it gets us. Oh, no, we're still in week 6. Okay. You hear something at our window. What's up, Mom? Let's look. Well, that's bad. Some kind of centipede-like being. You hear something in your parents' room. Well, let's head on over. We can't even go to the bathroom. That's when you know it's bad. Oh, okay. We got to go now. I guess Mom her metamorphosis has completed. There's not really anywhere. Oh, there's an outside. Let's, I guess, leave. Okay, so we're outside. Oh, we can see a lot of similar creatures, so we can assume that the creatures overpower us. Your consciousness fades. You're somewhere dark and warm. You can't move. You feel something crawling inside you. You feel safe. Okay, so the world was beset by some kind of parasite, perhaps, it would seem, since it meant, it seemed like they stuck us in a cocoon and maybe alien face hugger kind of style there's other ways to get a parasite type thing in you. Some kind of situation like that seems to have occurred, and people began transforming. I guess maybe Dad went out hey, don't let her in. I know it looks like your mom, but it's not your mom anymore. And perhaps Dad went to go get more food, something of the like. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I really like that. Short and sweet. It's the kind of premise of the world kind of being overtaken like that. It's not like a new one or anything, but it's always a very effective one. This one mentioned body horror and being alone. So I kind of thought, just looking at the screenshots, the one of the mom in the window. My interpretation of that was a mirror, and I thought the body horror was going to be ourselves going through some kind of transformation. So I was actually kind of caught off guard by the kind of story that ended up being told here. We could, also there was an emergency broadcast. There's nothing but static. We could tell that something was up, something was going on here. We can open our fridge. Everything's gone bad. We can, we'll not look. Just waiting for Mom to come to the window. It never confirmed. Let's go ahead and eat. It tastes wrong. Hey, what's up? Oh, yeah, we didn't get to see that last time since we didn't eat. We never got confirmed. Obviously, it's implied that that's your mommy. It never outright stated it, which could add a little bit of fun to it, being once they become these centipede, millipede, whatever creatures that they they kind of get it a little incorrect, and they're oh hey, there's still a human in there. Someone go get them. And it to be oh hey, go, and then they're oh hey, what's up, sweetheart? And it's you got it, you got the wrong one. That one's not my mom. Come on, you got to be a little sharper than that. See, next time we see her, she's a light blue, maybe kind of a light purplish. Here she is pink, and I can actually see the screenshot. I think she has a wider smile when you see her the second time, and she's not knocking her hand against it. I can just see the screenshot on the itch.io page. Let's just see what happens if do we have the option to let her in early? Thank you. You must be hungry. Yummy. Look at the food. Well, hell yes, we're going to eat it. The stuff that we ate tasted wrong. Good boy. It squirms in your mouth. You swallow it. Now go to bed. No spaces. So what happens now that we've let her in and all we can do is sleep? You're unsure how much time has passed. Every day she makes you eat. Your body feels wrong. Okay, yeah, we can see that we're a different color now. So we have entered a different state. Yeah, we can see the things underneath our skin. You hate when that happens. You hate when the things get underneath your skin because, you know, that means they pissed you off. That's what that means. Looking good. You know, you got those like bulging veins because, you know, you're just like swole. That's what that means. I'm actually surprised that wasn't like an immediate bad end. I thought the game would end a little sooner. Like, you know, you let her in and then you're just screwed. But it does, you know, there is an alter. Oh, well, maybe I spoke a little too soon. Our consciousness fades. Somewhere dark and warm. We can't move. Something crawling inside you. We feel safe. Okay, well, that's interesting. In this ending, you know, we don't get to see, or in this version of the story, you don't get to see dear old Mum's cocoon. In this one, though, you know, they give you the ending with seeing your own cocoon. So yeah, you know, it's really cool. I'm glad that there are differences in the playthrough. I'm not sure if letting her in later would really change it that much, seeing as, like, I mean, once you let her in, you know, she's going to feed you those tasty, squirmy little foods that keep you full and eventually keep you warm and safe in a dark place. Well, you're somewhere dark and warm, but you feel safe, you know. I mixed it up a little bit. So yeah, that was Don't Let Her In by Flower Studio and Hemlocks. I wanted to say the Hemlocks. I don't know why. I can see it on screen. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. You know, it was a neat little thing. This creator seems to do a lot with the Game Boy. I don't know if they use Game Boy Studio or what, but all of their games that I can remember off the top of my head, just because I kind of looked through their, I was gonna say discography, but that's not what you call a, it's not what you call it when you know, your video game discography. Fuck it, I already said it. You know, the games that they made, they all seem to have been made for, you know, you could play it on Game Boy. Like this being like a Game Boy file, I imagine this would run on a Game Boy Color. I don't have the know-how knowledge and don't have the stuff to like try. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. It does, you know, like, obviously you wouldn't get a Game Boy game like this. You know, it's a very short experience. But it really does, like, oh, I could see someone making a game like this for the Game Boy. You know, it probably wouldn't have this tone. It probably wouldn't even, well, I was going to say it wouldn't have this much text, but this game didn't have that much text. I guess I was more thinking like the little squiggle effect to the text, you know. You got to have like a bunch of unique sprites for like each text box. And I was like, oh, that could probably, you know, bloat like cart size pretty quick. But what do I know? Not much is the answer. But I really enjoyed this game, and this creator has a lot. Well, I was gonna say like a lot more, but it is a lot more. It's not like a disgustingly large amount, but it is a lot. They have a lot of games, and they seem cool. So yeah, you should check out Flower Studios games, a combination of Flower and Hemlocks bringing their power together to create Game Boy creations to delight and transform you into a millipede or something. We didn't really get a good look at them, and also I think that's a millipede. I don't know bugs great.